All right, good morning and welcome back. We are now joined by Dan Ingram, the general manager at Bordines here in Howell. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
I always love to start by just kind of giving you an opportunity to introduce yourself and share a little bit about your career path and just how long have you been with Bordines and what drew you there?
Well, I know I don't look it, but I have been with Bordines since 1981.
Oh my goodness, you don't look it.
Yeah, I started with Bordines out of high school, not really sure where my career path was going, and I stuck with it. I fell in love with plants and just continued on. I've worked at all of our locations, and we have 4 locations, and I have loved every minute of it. So I am in my 40th year for horticulture.
Wow, that's amazing. So what is it about plants that kind of just drew you in?
You know, it was a combination. The plants, I lived on a farm,
Okay.
and the plants just became so interesting to me that people would buy shrubs and put them as decoration, because growing up on the farm, we had lots of plants, but not for decoration. They
Right.
were for eating.
Uh-huh.
So that was our that was new to me, to have understand that people were using these as decoration around their home, and I just saw how many different types of plants there were, and that's what I fell in love with.
Wow, that's really a really cool story. It's very seldom in here that I hear somebody that they kind of started with their organization right out of high school and is still there today. So I love hearing those stories because I think that's really unique, and I think it lends itself to really says a lot about the organization itself, the business.
It does, and it's a family-owned business, 3rd generation, and I have been treated like family ever since I've been there. So.
Aw, that's awesome.
And I don't just say that because they'll be listening.
Right? Well, yeah, no pressure or anything today. Starting off strong here. Well, awesome, Dan. I really appreciate you sharing a little bit about your background. Now, do you live in the area?
I live in Fenton.
Oh, okay, awesome. So do I.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we're neighbors, and we don't even know it. We'll have to figure that out off air. So can you share a little bit about, I know we're moving into the holiday season, which
Yes.
is really exciting for many. I'm one of those crazy people that loves putting my decorations up as soon as Halloween is over, and I never used to be like this, but I think that after working for the chamber, since we do the Fantasy of Lights parade, I just got to get it up early because then there's no time afterwards. So talk a little bit about your fresh greens and decorating.
Well, we have a wide selection of greens, anything from garlands to wreaths that are plain or decorated, porch pots that are decorated, or you can get a plain one, decorate it yourself. We have all of the bunches of greens that you can come in and create your own. We'll show you how to do that. We do offer classes that you can get at bordine.com. Information is to sign up on those. And kissing balls and memorials, people use memorial blankets or memorial wreaths to place at a loved one's resting area.
Wow, a lot going on. I had no idea that you guys offered classes on how to create your own. So how often are those classes typically offered, and do they fill up quick?
They do fill up fast, and they are on the weekends,
Okay.
the Saturdays and Sundays. So we have some still available, but we'll teach you not only in fresh greens, but in the artificials, the how to decorate a Christmas tree, how to do a tree that we call a theme tree. And it is, if you come into our store, you'll see that we have 20 different theme trees available, plus mantles that are decorated, chandeliers that are decorated, and some might say that ours are decorated a little over the top, but they're also a sales area. You're not just looking at a decoration. We're giving you inspiration of what you could do, as well as, hey, let's take the stuff off of there because that's our sales shelf. So
Yeah, no, that's exciting. So, with the classes you offer, you mentioned mantle, and I love. I'm a big fan of your guys' mantle, garland, and things that you. Now, do you do classes for the artificial garland
Yes.
as well?
we do. Yes.
Awesome. And now the classes that is there a fee to sign up, and does it include like your supplies?
Um, there are some things that we would call a make and take that
Okay.
your supplies would be included with that, but it's a very specific item that we are creating.
Okay.
The other classes that we offer are just instructional, and there are a $10 fee, and we give you a coupon for the for materials that day. So we're really just trying to hold the spot,
So
because they get
cool.
signed up,
Yeah.
and some people don't show up. But if you charge $10, then
You need a little more skin
you're
in the game.
serious.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is so neat. I learn something new every day. I love doing these because I always learn something new. So hopefully that's something some of our listeners learned as well. So what about hand-tied bows? Can you share a little bit about what you guys are offering this season for that?
Yeah, not a lot of places have a hand-tied bow anymore. You have a pre-packaged bow, and it's usually sort of flat. Hand-tied bow is a little more fluffy, a little more personal, and we can do them in a 1-yard bow, a 2-yard bow, 3-yard, however many you want. We had last year someone came in and said they were getting a car for their loved one for a Christmas gift, but they wanted a bow for it, and we made a bow that fit the car. So
That is so cool.
yeah, so we can make a bow. You pick out the ribbon, and we'll make the bows for you. Sometimes while you're waiting, sometimes it's a busy day, and we have to have you come back to pick them up.
Okay, awesome. I love that. What a unique service. And now we talked a little bit about what some might consider your over the top type of trees or whatever, but I personally love them.
Thank you.
So for somebody that maybe isn't as skilled or doesn't have quite the eye for that, how can Bordines support them as far as their decorating needs go?
So when you are shopping, you can see any one of us that's in purple, and we'll kind of give you some tips. We'll take you through the basics. If it's not in a seminar, we're just on the sales floor, and you want to know, boy, how much ribbon is in that tree? We'll give you the idea of how much we used, and a lot of people try to do ribbon the way we do without asking the questions, and they'll go home and they'll start cutting it. Well, we don't cut the ribbon. It's all one long length in there, in some of it. But then you can tie little bows, little half bows, and so we'll give you all that information. We'll give you an idea of how many picks to use for a specific size tree, and just give you the basics.
Awesome. Now, do you offer any like in-home decorating services when it comes to the holidays, or
That-
more on-site?
That we don't offer, but when you come in, there's going to be somebody there that can walk you through to get you the basics, or they might direct you if you want more information to one of our classes.
Awesome. That's really great. Now, love the poinsettias.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about poinsettias? Are you getting them in already?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we have started receiving them. So poinsettias, that's another group of plants that we grow ourselves, and it is a wide variety of poinsettias. We have the new poinsettias, which are a variety that are a much smaller bract, the color part of a poinsettia, and they're very delicate looking, and there's a true white that is different from white poinsettias that you've seen in the past. But we do combos, and we do poinsettias bigger than anybody. We have a bigger selection than anybody, and in my opinion, the best quality, because they're Bordine grown. And it's funny, we get people coming in February, March, and they ask us quite often, what do I do now? I was expecting to throw this away after Christmas, and it's still growing. How do I, when's it gonna die? Because they're expecting that
Yeah.
from maybe plants they've had from somewhere else, but our plants keep growing.
Interesting. That is really cool. Well, I would agree that beautiful, beautiful poinsettias. I had no idea that you get them in this early, so that's really, really great news for those that love them, especially because they do last so long. Like you said, you might as well. For those that maybe are a little bit like me that have already got their Christmas decorations up, this would be a nice way to kind of add to that.
Right.
So, so what about the selection of fresh cut and artificial trees that you guys offer?
Well, we do have a wide range of artificial trees, and fresh cut trees will be coming in the next week. So they will be available. They're right out front in our parking lot. We have an area that we do, that's our fresh cut tree lot. And you come in, might be a little cold that day, depending on the day you come in, but you come in and we'll put a fresh cut on it for you, make sure that we tie it down to the vehicle for you, and you'll have no worries. You get it home, put it in a stand, and it's ready to go.
Awesome. I like that kind of hassle-free one-stop shop there.
If you bring the stand to us, we'll put the stand on for you, so that when you take it home, all you do is stand it up and it's already in.
Wow.
So we're happy to do that.
That's great. So, and those are on sale now? Or?
Those are not available yet.
Okay.
Still a little bit early. It's
That's
usually around mid-November that they start to come in.
Perfect. So wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing about all of the wonderful things that we can look forward to this holiday season at Bordines. And I was wondering too, speaking of holiday season, I know we already mentioned Fantasy of Lights already, but can you share a little bit about Bordines' involvement in the parade in past years and what we can look forward to this year?
We love the parade, and we're glad that it's back. And we have a very large float. It is a full semi, and somewhere in the 20,000 light range. I can't remember exactly, but we have a PA system and we have music on there. My kids have grown up being on that particular float. They love to grab the microphones and sing along with the music, and my kids are grown and have kids now. So it's just a good tradition for them, but we have been involved for so many years. I don't know how long it's been, but and we're also decorating your
our view stands.
Your view stands.
Yes, we are so excited to have you guys do that this year. It just is a really natural fit given all of the wonderful decorations and things that you provide to our community. And
we're excited. We're not exactly sure what we're putting in there because I know there's no theme this year specifically.
Anything holiday.
So we're gonna make it look like Christmas.
Awesome. Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us today. If you could just real quick share your location and contact information.
Well, Bordines in Brighton is located at 6347 Grand River, and the phone number is 517-552-9300.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.